Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice by the Sword. I've been trying not to get that name wrong for ages because I came from somewhere else and introduced them, so be proud of me for that, if nothing else. As you can see, I have returned after a 2-week period being away doing what I had to do in life. I'm now back to bless you and grace you with my DMing skills, which will be a ride, to say the least, but stick around, see what happens. I'm going to do my best. And of course, as I return, so do the 4 other lovely people who join me in this part of Sunday. Already losing my train of thought, but let's just get them in, because I don't want to do this alone anymore. So Luke, if you can do the magic.
I pushed the button. We're on screen now.
Are you on screen now?
Hi,
Hello,
there
everybody.
we go. See, here they are. Everyone's here. So, before we kick into the second part of Rift Together, this 3-part mini series, DM, whatever you want to call it, where me, Charlie, and Joe will take turns telling a different story for everyone else around the table. There's things I have to say and things that Dan usually says that I need to remember, so I'm going to do them in no particular order. At the end of this month, we will be at EXG in Birmingham.
UKGE.
That's the one. UKG, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a game.
Yeah, we're going to an expo. It's fine. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We're going to an expo.
There's lots of board games. There's dice. We'll be there. You'll find us. Maybe. Who knows? It's just the way we are. But we're going to be there. We've got lots of things planned. Lots of stuff going on. There's interviews, talks, stuff like that. We'll be looking for people who may know us. If you see us and you know who we are, be gentle, but come and say hello. We're not great with surprises, but we'll do our best. What else is there? There is also our socials. So we're on everything from YouTube to Blue Sky. I think that's one of them.
Yep.
Twitch, obviously, because you're here now watching us. TikTok.
Yep.
Twitter and or X, depending on how you like to describe it, and Threads. I don't know if that's one.
And we're on Instagram as well.
Instagram, that's the other big one. Yeah, see, look, this is why it's a team effort. We're all here
team.
To help each other.
We're all doing it together. We're holding each other up.
Exactly. So if you want to follow more of our things, see more of our stuff, our memes, our attempts at being funny, then follow us on the various platforms where you can find us. And we will be posting things as much as we can. There is also the recaps for our usual mainstay campaign, which is Nixalia and Aetherbound Saga, where our lovely Charlie reads an ASMR-style story to rest you into slumber in the evening so you can find out how we nearly die. It's a fun time. It really is. It's a great story. Like, go watch it. All right, what else is there? If you want to subscribe, you can do that. There's a button somewhere below that says subscribe. If you have Amazon, you can do that and use a little bit of that Bezos bucks and just take some of his, use it for yourself, redistribute the wealth, power to the people, that kind of stuff. So if you want to subscribe to us, please do. We appreciate it. If not, you don't have to. Subscribe to someone else. Just support us in this space, everyone, D&D players. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Is there anything I've forgotten?
Yes.
Patreon. We have a Patreon now. What's the deal with that, someone? You just have a Patreon? Where is it? Who knows about it? Someone help me.
It's Patreon. I believe it's in with our socials, and also I believe we put it down, or it comes in with the chat at the bottom. But yes, go and find us on Patreon, and subscribe if you want, and you get to have some fun behind the scenes extras to all of our stuff.
Yeah, if you want to throw a little bit of support our way, we'd appreciate it, but it is by no means demanded, wanted, or needed. We just want to do more of this stuff to the best of our ability, so whatever can be done, thank you. If not, don't worry about it. Also, we have merch. That's the thing I think I forgot. We have a merch store. There's new t-shirts that our lovely Luke is always trying to put out and create new things for. So if you want to wear some of that prime gear and look like the coolest kid in the schoolyard with the indie band that no one knows, then go buy some of our stuff and have people ask you questions like, what's that? And why are you wearing it?
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I blitzed through things quite fast, but I think I got there.
I think that's everything.
Yep. It was succinct. It was rambly. It was what we want. So as is said before, go find yourself a drink, a nice comfortable place to sit, anything to snuggle into, a blanket, a snack, and come and join us for the second part of Rift Together here at Dice by the Sword. And roll credits. Oh God. Okay.
We're not there yet.
Oh no. Well, this is embarrassing. I thought we had a title crawl.
No.
Wow, that would have been good to know before I said this.
I didn't know that's where you were going. Yeah. Let's do one now.
Yeah. We'll do the old Adam West Batman phase.
Exactly.
Just start singing. Sing a song, Dan.
Apparently your mic's popping a bit, Dan. I don't know if that's
my mic is popping.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, it might just be my voice. I don't know if it's Luke. Can we see anything on the technical side? Am I good? Okay. Well, if it affects it too badly, let me know and I will try and fix it if I can.
Just sort of raised it before we started.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'll do my best, and if it gets too bad, we'll see what we can do. So anyway, after that wonderful title sequence of all those amazing things that you saw, I know you all enjoyed that greatly. We'll just get straight in.
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Da, 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 da.
So, last time on Rift Together, you met the band of people who would be playing these games, thrust into a Wild West world of strange abnormalities and glitches that should have just been a fun romp in the West, which turned into something much darker, much grimmer, much more terrifying. The group as you know them have found themselves moved from one game to another. And as they were moved, excuse me, I have to do this manually. They found themselves in total pitch darkness. Charlie, for the moment, your character won't be involved as of yet. I'll just be talking to Joe, Jack, and Luke. But you three find yourselves stood in pitch darkness. There's a very slight ringing tone around you as things seem to move, but you can't see them. You'll feel the brush of something move past you and the slightest breeze of wind before what appears to be a picture sort of triple reverse zooms its way towards you as you stand stock still. This thing comes racing towards you. And as you stand, what seems to a mansion, old, decrepit, its wood darkened and rotted from years of necrosis and time. It's odd. You feel like you're in a place, but there is just too much emptiness around you. It feels encapsulated, confining its ceiling, almost like you are completely stuck within a void of darkness. And this one huge house before you, looming over you. As you walk a little, you feel the grass and the rocks below you seeming to form in under your feet. You stumble slightly as you walk. The trees sort of reach in and over as the woods spring up around you. And as you move closer and closer towards this mansion, you hear the of doors banging, seemingly everywhere and nowhere at once, as nothing seems to be moving on it. And as you walk, the moon rises as quickly as you seem to step in your horizon view, illuminating the shadow of the mansion. And you stand, all three of you, once adorned in Western attire, now seemingly changed, stripped down to what looks like jeans, Letterman jackets, t-shirts. You appear to be high schoolers or college graduates, something along those lines. You seem to have come from some kind of party. There seems to be a memory to you of people daring you to go to this place to do the thing, and now you're here. And as you sort of look at yourselves in this preppy gear, what would you like to do?
So nothing changes then?
No. No. From wildest to here, you are exactly the same.
Well, I never did I think I'd be wearing this stuff again. Look at this.
Utilda, you seem to be in a very nice sort of cheerleader's uniform. Skirt appropriately a little too short, cropped up. There seems to be a symbol of some kind of team, sports of some kind.
You boy, look at me. Look at me. Have you, boy? And she'll hit you, kid. Hey, boy. Have you ever seen anything like this? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. In my youth. Oh.
Kate, if you've ever seen The Breakfast Club, you very much look like I can't remember the actor's name, but the one who was dressed in like boots and like punk gear. You look very much like a version of him at that point. You seem to be the odd one of the group. Sorry. Eric, you seem to be in very much, even though you have full beard and seem older than you are, you are jock attire, black t-shirt, Letterman sports jacket, high-waisted jeans and Converse. You are the captain in this scenario, it would seem. Yes.
Well. Well, I see.
I wish I actually watched Breakfast Club.
Well, I don't have. Wait, hold on, just a minute. And she's gonna like try and find her gun. Oh damn! Just a wee minute. They took my gun from me. They took my gun.
Well, you're technically still in school, so I suppose we're not in America, you know. But yes.
Well played.
Well, we could. Yep. Well, there's just that. Well, I suppose so. Well, I wonder if these knees have got it. No. Why? Why?
I guess the old lady.
Yeah. See, it's saw the fog, you know. Saw the fog. Yeah. Come on now. Look at me. Oh, I've never. Let's see if these good old knees still got it. And I'm gonna try and like walk up towards the dimension.
And as you do walk up the crooked, decaying path with the cobblestones that aren't sat quite right, you see the large rusted iron gate of the mansion surrounded by crumbling wall. And seemingly as you get closer to this place, the surroundings seem to walk towards you at the same rate. So as you move, you see thunder clouds roll in across the moon. The sound of crows in the background, the trees start to rustle as you move forward. It seems the further you step into this scene, the more it animates around you, and a storm is now rolling in. But you are all at the threshold of this big rusted iron gate. What would you like to do?
Well, I suppose we don't want to get soaked by the storm. Maybe we should go inside, take a small look.
Yeah. No, we can't be doing that. Let's go. Come on.
This is the greatest rogue ever.
I got more this session. I got more.
Oh man!
So, do you attempt to push the gate?
Yep.
Cool. And as all of you do, you hear that as it kind of slides, a hinge falls out. You hear from behind a tree, wait, hold on, stop right there. Stop it, don't touch that. Once you move through the threshold, you won't be able to get out of the scene. Hold on. And from behind a tree, you see a figure sort of quickly, almost didn't make it. They are covered in like a poncho, but it's patchwork, and there's shawls and wrappings all over them. And they seem to have this one glove that looks a little bit like the Nintendo Power Glove, but it's not quite that. It's the same kind of build, but it has little gizmos and strange things across it. As they come out, they go, "Oh, just... whew. Wow, I forgot how fast you guys travel. Oh, I didn't think I would catch you. Hello, Sorry, hold on. Whew. Introductions. I think I saw... Do you recognize me from the West? I was around?
No, I can't say that I recognize you at all.
Were you the bartender?
Kate, Eric, who told you don't... Damn, they've really gotten to you. Okay. Right. Artificer, can you shut this down, please? Can you stop this right now? I need to talk to them properly. And as he says this, you just hear... as if floodlights turn on in the roof. And the once encapsulating darkness that was around you just suddenly dissipates. And
That's cool.
All around you, what was once solid ground and atmosphere and background seems to dissipate into like greenish wire meshing. And you see the image juddering and jittering around you as you stand in this slowly graying circle as this man pulls off all the cowls and robes and stuff, and you see a semi-elderly looking gentleman, maybe in his 50s, short pointed ears, very long flowing brownish red hair, a thickish beard with one long white streak running down the center of it, these dark purple eyes. This is not how I wish to have met you all again, but I'm glad we did. And, well, I'm glad to have finally found you all. You can call me the Sorcerer. The Artificer is working on trying to move us now, but I need you all to stay where you are for the moment, okay?
Sorry, who are you? What? You said Sorcerer of what?
No, wait. We need to be out of the simulation before we can talk.
Simulation?
It is watching. I know, it is confusing. Just give me a moment.
Yes.
That is a very good question.
I will explain everything to you before this. Artificer, any time now. They're getting a little, I just doing what I can. Do you know how much code I've got to write to try and get these guys out of there? Fucking sorcerers. And you hear just heavy tapping from somewhere around. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do voices. Not good ones, but I do them. As the tapping in the background seems to hit, Christian is like, I tell you, right there. And something hits, and this large, expanding noise ripples out, and you watch everything that was around you flatten out into this grayish nothing as it just turns into this whitish gray room. The four of you stood, and then as you look around, another stood next to you. Another avian-like bird person stood in what seems to be underwater gear. For whatever reason, they seem to have come from somewhere that was deep under the ocean. There's an air tank and this very wet scuba suit on them as they sort of flip-flop over. This dissipates away from them as well, as does your Letterman gear. And you are now all stood in this state of undoing. You have forms and you have faces and bodies, but everything seems to be slightly blurred, like you haven't quite been written back in properly yet. And as the sorcerer stands before you, a fully fledged person is, right, so you'll probably want answers, and for the sake of brevity. This is Karas. I have been searching for the four of you for a long time. I am the sorcerer. You can call me Gilbrand. And we once worked together.
Gilbrand. Aye.
I would like you all to roll me general history, intelligence, or something you think might be working for your memory. But roll me something and give me a result, please.
15.
15.
Oh, not way.
Ooh, snaps for the 20.
You somewhere in
8.
there's to balance it out. A natural one. I knew someone had to balance it out.
Excellent. So, Eric and Cade, you have been listening and you have been looking, but the sight of the whole scene dissipating around you has just taken your attention completely. Watching imposing things just flatten out into nothing but grey space took you. But there's something in the back of your head that at least rings a bell for the moment. Hutilda and Karas, you pretty much know instantly, or it feels like a very old memory or a very new one. You can't quite tell. It feels like something's been messing or moving things around in your mind, and you don't quite get it. But Gilbrand is a very well-known figure to both of you. You can picture them in memories, you can picture them at times, but when and how, it's just a little bit of a mystery to you both. But you do know that this person is someone you have known before.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him, like as close to him, like in that like very irritating kind of grandma way, and she's just gonna like prod him. Here, boy, are you my grandson? Is that?
I have missed you. No, you have taken care of a lot of us, but I'm not your grandson. But I'm glad to know that you at least remember the name. As I hope do you all.
Yes, well, it's I somehow know you, so well, what do we do now, son?
Well, as I said, I am the sorcerer. The one working in the scenes is the artificer, and you should hopefully remember the classes you picked when you first started this adventure. Hutilda, our druid. Cade, our ranger. Eric, the rogue. And Karas, our paladin. Back when we all adventured together. I'm sorry, I'm remembering a lot of you. Just start from the beginning, you fucking sentimental. As you hear more clicking in the background from the artist. Yes, fine. Sorry. I need to ask you all a very important question. Do you remember why you decided to do this? What brought you to this world, we'll call it for now?
That's a simpler question. Call for adventure. Something new. Exciting.
Yeah, that is what you said.
Well,
Escape.
Escape
from it all.
wow, that's pretty deep. I see I gambled all my retirement money away at the bingo, so I thought maybe this might get us somewhere.
There's a reason.
Brilliant.
That's
You've fully turned into Isa from Still Game.
Can't help it.
Have a little inspiration for that. That's
Yes.
phenomenal work. Well done. Eric?
I don't really remember anything.
That doesn't surprise me. You have all done this a lot. Many times over. You know the name Clocked In, correct?
Yes.
The facade of the company name that you signed up to for adventure, escape, monetary gain, and for reasons unknown. That much you all remember, yes?
Yes, it was a facility. We all went in. There were others. Where are the others I was with?
They are still in their games. They are still playing as we speak. We started as a party, all of us, long ago. During the first iterations of Clocked In's beginnings. And when we did, we thought, all the same thing, this was an escape adventure. We could earn ourselves something. I don't know how long ago that was. And I don't know how many times we have been around and around these different adventures. We are what the ones who watch call popular. So we get recycled more than the rest. Our minds moved, their memories taken, and new adventures taken on with. I've been searching for you for a long, long time. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's this being underwater. It just gets up my nose. I do apologize. Carry on.
If you sneeze and hear you sneeze in real life.
Yes, sorry. I'm so sorry.
You were important, and still are. And we need you back because we have to start dealing with Clocked In. They have been pulling in people by the thousands. There are hundreds of games within the dungeon dimension, this wing of Clocked In. We are clowns. We are entertainers. And I will not have it happen anymore. And before we rescued the artificer back there... Yeah, alright, I know what I did. I'm sorry, I'm trying to rewrite code here. Do you know how difficult it is to get through all this lot? Thousands of lines, hundreds of hours, and I'm the only fucker who knows how to do... Yes, anyway. Artificer, enough expletives, thank you. It's good to see you all again, honestly. And you can see there's genuine emotion in his voice as he sort of reaches down a little bit further to sort of give you a hand on the shoulder, Hutilda, as he walks through and goes, as long as you stay here in this room, we can separate you out, move you back to the IP, and then maybe we can start fighting again. But we have to do it now. They're already on us. I can feel them. You know something's wrong. The room was taken down and it shouldn't have been. The keepers alerted. Oh, bollocks. Fuck no. Sorcerer, I'm going to need you to do what do you want me to do? I'm in here. Yes, well, oh. No. Shit, fuck. Oh, the clever, devious fucking bastards. He's put a reset code in all of them. I can't stop it. Oh, shit. Right, Sorcerer, give me 2 minutes. And as he says this, you feel yourself start to shift and waver. There's this almost pain to it, like you're being yanked one way and another, and you don't know where. It's like a big migraine. And he stands before yours and goes, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of time. Is there anything you need to know before this happens? I can guide you a little bit, but you're going to be on your own once this happens.
What if they try to blank our memories again? What do we do?
Don't worry, laddie. I'm working on that right now. They may be pushing you back to the first one, but they're not taking all of you.
One thing for me. I was promised to get some money out of this. Will I still, or will I need to go down to Bobby at the bingos and pay him what I owe him? Or how's this going to work?
Bobby's the landlord.
Yes, this is the cast
Bobby
of
is
friends
the
you all live
pub
together. As you say this, there's a genuine smile comes across his face, like, you are always so funny. Honestly, money isn't something you need to worry about too much, I'm afraid. There may be not a body to go back to. Artificer, how much longer? What have you got going on up there? Right, look, you lot, I haven't got much time, but I'm sorry for what happened. You're going to get booted back to the very first adventure. It's a dungeon crawl. A fairly simple one, but it's where we all met. It's where we all started. Look, you're going back, but... And you can hear the tapping. I'm not taking your memories this time. I can't rewrite that, but I can do this. As you hear like a hard tap, you feel an intense migraine sear through all of your brains for a few seconds as you hear like high-pitched ringing and the sound of what sounds like dial-up modem sort of go through your heads before it phases out completely. Right. You're going to remember everything that just happened. You're going to remember yourselves and what to do. You're going to remember the place. It's going to be easy for you. And while I'm fucking at it, why not? And you can hear like excited tapping. Right. Here we go. Let's suit you guys up. And as you hear another tap, you watch as your bodies seem to like materialize in. And you are all stood in the most stereotypical D&D gear you can imagine. Eric, as the rogue, you have the hood, the cowl, the black things, but you also have small pointed boots and a large cape, 2 twin daggers, and you look like someone has smeared eye makeup across you and pulled it outwards. Eric, not Eric, sorry. I will remember your names. I'm doing this once. Cade. As the ranger, you have a dark green hood and cape and shawl with brown leathers and a long bow. And beside you, your dog appears again, Rufus. Small saddle covered in bags and a happy bark. For the first time, you are now questioning whether this dog is digital or if they put a dog in here somehow. You love him all the same and give him a little scratch on the head as he sort of materializes in. Utilda, as the druid, you have the same thick green shawl, a sort of like a thing of leaves. I can't think of the name. Like a long robe of leaves, small leathers, and a big twisted staff covered in berries and mistletoe, and a small crown of twigs forms around your head and just points his little horns. And again, sorry, I will get your names. Karis, you look resplendent in this gleaming silver armor that comes in full plate, pauldrons, a long flowing blue cape, a weapon of all of your choices, and as you know, it is the +1 weapon I told you could have, plus a small potion seems to materialize in as well as all your weapons are better, and you got a little healing too. Can't do much, but I'll do what I can, and I think that's good. And as you stand, Karis, this circlet comes around your head, pure silver band with wings on, to match your ears and the wings you have. It's just more wings on wings.
Wings on wings.
You all stand as these 80s versions of the characters you chose, and you feel a familiarity to all of this. As you look at each other, you look and go, I've been here. And as the sorcerer sort of paces around and goes, yes, good, excellent. You all have a few minutes to do what you please as you hear the tapping and the conversations between the sorcerer and the artificer in the background as he pans around.
Man, back to first edition, I guess.
Karis is just going to sort of be looking around, trying to make it all make sense. Just sort of very confused as to what's going on, sort of looking at her uniform she's now wearing. Again, it feels familiar, but almost like in a dream. And sort of look at her companions, again, confused, but a sense of familiarity running through her mind. Like, I don't recognize their faces, but I feel I know them, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. In very much the same way as Gilbrand, when you first saw him, you all look at each other, and Eric Cade, Hutilda, you've been in the West together, so there's you can at least place each other within that one. Karis is a little hard to place, but in the same vein of, I recognize you, I know you, I have a memory, but it's off. Can't put the time or the destination of where we were, but I know you. You do feel a familiarity between all of you in that kind of uncanny way. Is there anything anyone wishes to say, do, interact with?
Pointy shoes. I look like a twonk.
Well, I can do on that one. And you can see him like putting down his hurt, and he's like, "Man, I look like the epiphany of an actual first edition ninja." I bet it's all green too.
So Cape Hood, everything is green apart from the leathers, which are completely brown. You look the spick and span ranger.
Oh man. You're looking at his bow, at his arrow. Definitely infinite arrows there as well as a ranger class. And he just hates the cliche. Just like, we can dress differently too. Like, we don't always have to be in green. I don't talk to animals that much. And Rufus just like, "Woof. Yes, exactly." That's what I've been saying, man.
Karis is just sort of just going to be like, just quite proudly showing off a very impressive armor. Just like, well, I don't think it's so terribly bad. I mean, I'm looking quite spick and span over here.
Yeah, so I much prefer the cheerleader outfit, It's funny.
Well, I think you look wonderful.
Oh,
he just didn't want to see her in the cheerleader outfit. It's just
trauma.
So you look fine, okay?
Just give big mama vibes.
There's nothing for owls to have sag, so it wasn't as bad as you remember. But
well, depends where you're looking.
Okay, so
moving swiftly on
with the image of Hutilda in her best cheerleading.
Hutilda's hoots.
Nice, excellent. As you all sort of stand, reacquainting but acquainting for the first time, the sorcerer wanders over and sort of looks at you and goes, "Excellent. Well, this isn't so bad. Right. It's a fairly simple dungeon crawl. We did it the first time. Find your way to the end. Find the boss. Defeat the boss. Find the key to the next area. Once you have that key, we can lock onto it and pull you out properly this time. We caught you mid-transition. That's why it's not stuck. And we didn't know about the complete reset that instilled in your code. Be strong. I know you've got this. And I will see you on the other side. How long, Artificer? All right, well, good luck, guys. And in 3, 2, 1. And as you say this, you watch. You watch the sorcerer almost as if he's been booted hard by some invisible forces disappear into the grey and vanish. And around you, you watch as the world shifts and turns. You hear this horrible buzzing and crackling as you seem to be stood within what the portals are, at least between the 2 points. And as you stand there, you watch and you wince slightly as you hit the floor with a deep, bassy boom as around you. You watch as around you stalagmites and stalactites come down. This long, elegant brick pathway stretches out before you. as what appears to be a citadel or old castle built into the very side of whatever mountain this was, whatever rock peak this is. The stalagmites built into walls. There seems to be architecture and natural cave formation mingled together. And as you stand watching it spread out around you, you see on the left side of the pathway next to you this deep, sheer drop and what appears to be running, cascading water. And then deep in the distance, a wall of waterfalls trickling through all the different rock formations and areas. And you all find yourself stood as you were. Brazier light above you, lighting the way in this empty, seemingly abandoned castle. What would you like to do?
Could I just sort of, I suppose initially to get the bearings, just look around to see if I see anything or if we're being watched, if it's an enclosed area, if just sort
Absolutely,
of to try and find.
You can either make me a perception or perception or investigation check, whichever one you think would be what you're doing. Roll for that.
I'll do an investigation.
Okay, great.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, excellent. And that was perception, was it?
Investigation.
Investigation, excellent.
Yeah.
So, what your owl eyes see is... Thank you. Is...
It's kind of caught me off guard with how good that was. So very good.
As you look around, sort of head swiveling a bit more than it should, your body doesn't quite follow. It's such a familiar setting, and you know you've been here before. The brickwork seems familiar, even the way the braziers are twisted and elegantly designed. As you turn and look everywhere, you recognize rock formations and cliff faces. You recognize the path, and then as you turn, you see what looks like the entrance, but it's odd. You feel like if you walked that way, you wouldn't get any further away from where you are. There seems to be steps down and what looks like a giant gate bore into the mountainside, but it just doesn't strike the eye quite right. And as you take a few steps, it doesn't seem to get closer. It seems to be the back wall of whatever simulation this is. As you now know, this is a simulation. And as you turn to look forwards, you are fairly certain you would know the path. Would anyone else like to do anything? Sorry.
You just like to look around a little bit, because in this kind of scenario, there's definitely going to be some traps or some unforgettable ways in the dungeon. So you would like to take a look at that just in case.
Okay, you can roll me either a history check or you can roll me a survival check, whichever you feel like you would be
Let's do survival.
Go for it.
That's all 20, baby!
I mean, get him out now.
Get him out now.
Yeah, 24.
24.
Oh man, I feel good.
As you look to Karas, and you both seem to look at each other briefly and just go, oh yeah. You turn and in Ranger's stance touch the floor, and it's like you're home. You could guide this party through every twisted corridor, every area. You know
Rangers.
where you're supposed to be going. You know how you're supposed to get there. You even feel like you possibly remember a couple of the traps up ahead that would have been laid should you get there. But you've also feel like you know a way around them. Like there's levers in places that you've explored before. And as you two stand, it is yours. Eric, Hutilda, is there anything from you two that you want to do? Or as a group, is there anything you wish to discuss before we move on?
I'll just sort of turn to the rest and say, I know this place. I feel I know the path. I can take us to where we need to go.
Where are we going? Where do we need to be?
I feel I know the path, just the way in which to go. It all feels so very familiar. It's down this way. I can't explain it. I feel like we know this place.
Yes, it does feel like I've been here before. It's strange. Very strange.
So, are you all pressing on, or is there anything else?
Oh yeah, I'm going first. Absolutely. Okay. Like, oh yeah, we just need to go this way, then go to the left, up the stairs, a little bit to the left, you know? Very easy. I know this place.
Karis is going to follow, but with weapons drawn, looking very unsure of this doesn't feel right, but it does, but it doesn't. Like, I'm very confused. Just sort of also like every now and then touching a holy symbol just to sort of like get like the confidence that all this is in the plan. This is all making sense.
Well, as you do touch your holy symbol and you feel some form of reassurance, but then there's a part of you that goes, what am I praying to? Who is this? Is this part of my character, or is this a real thing I believe in? And you feel sort of calmer for having done it, but there is now the question in your mind of, is my God real at all? What am I actually pledged myself to? But as you all begin trekking forwards with Cade uncannily in the lead, you walk across beautiful bridges of stone that have no railings but move over chasms filled with greenery and flowing water. You hear the of bats somewhere in the distance and the distant splash of some creature or another somewhere. What you believe to now be ambience, just music in the background. And you continue to walk. Cade, it's almost boring and almost funny to a degree as you walk forward and you stop and you hit a lever, move it up, and two large sighs just swing down and stop around you. I swear that caught me off guard before. And you just weave your way through them again, moving through passageways. You take a left and through a large library. All of you taking a quick moment and they're going, oh, of course, that one. And you pull a book and a bookshelf moves. And you find yourself moving down large spiral staircases filled with torches and fire. It's empty. You feel like there should be more creatures here, more beasts, more monsters to fight, but there is nothing. Not even the sound of people as a background. It is deathly silent, apart from the occasional drip of the cave and the blowing of wind through the crevices. Yeah, I know. I was just to move on. As wind blows through the crack, you find yourself.
Thank you for saying it. Thank you for saying it. I feel validated now. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what you come here for, the adult humor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're all adults.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as you walk and you find yourself what you believe to be the final stretch, it's taken what you feel like is about an hour, whereas vague memories of before make it feel like it was 2-3 a day's worth of exploring before. But now, knowing the way, it's almost like you have a cheat code and you walk your way through this whole place until you reach what appears to be a throne room. Old and dilapidated, the rock having fallen in. Glimmers of outside shining through where two thrones, one standing regal, one crumbled and destroyed. You walk in and all of you feel like there's a battle here. I'd like you all to roll me history checks just to see what you remember, because why not? I'm not going to spoon feed you this stuff. Let's work for it.
Dance, my monkeys dance. Did you say history?
History, yes.
Yeah.
15.
15.
12.
15.
8.
Yep.
You're on a roll tonight.
Eric, you remember having a fight here, and it was against something, but what that was is it's hard to pin down. Cade, Hutilda especially, and Karis, you remember 1, 2, maybe 3 of them. A dragon or a wyvern at some point, a mad elf king, a lich in a seemingly a darker experience. You feel like you have fought here. Maybe died here? Maybe survived by the skin of your teeth. But it is a very familiar room. But you also know it's not the end. There is one place left to get to. I would like you all to tell me how you figure out how to get to the end. What you would do, how you think you remember it, and you remember there's something else, but there's just something about it. So many memories from this one room, it's kind of blurring together what you do and don't remember and how you remember moving through. So, what would you all like to do in this throne room?
So we're done, eh?
We
We
did it.
defeated him. Good job, everyone.
Yes, look at that. I still got it. Still got it.
Well, what happened after the fight? You know, it was like, where did we go?
Karis is going to start just almost like drop to the floor and looking around for a button, lever, something. She feels like there's a secret compartment somewhere. She thinks she remembers walking down or something. She doesn't remember, but she remembers there might be something. So she's just looking and checking every piece of stone, every book, every bit of tapestry. She's going to just check.
So I will say, for the purposes of this and keeping them as a group, you can either do it as a group investigation or you can give Garrus advantage. It's up to you how you would like to do it, but would you like to spread out or do you want to sort of focus in on one and help?
I think Hutilda would like to help.
Okay. Cade, I keep calling you Karik, sorry. Because it's so close to Eric.
Eric, yeah.
Cade and Eric, what would you two like to do?
I feel like something's wrong. I don't know. I just really feel like something is so wrong about this room specifically. Yeah, that's a good sign. So I'm not talking crazy. Something's wrong. Just like I have a hunch that something was supposed to.
I'm going to throw out a line and see if the DM will win. Basically.
Rufus just looks at you and says, "Oh."
What do you think, Scooby?
I don't know.
I'm going to start making a very high sandwich out of nowhere while we're all searching around.
Just like grabbing the box of Scooby snacks. Like, I don't know. I can't think with an empty stomach.
You watch, you watch Rufus jump into the air, wheel his legs around, and go hide in a barrel somewhere, shaking. Roll.
Brilliant.
Okay. Sorry, hold on. Karis, please roll your investigation with advantage.
Ooh, okay, that one's good. Okay, 19.
Okay, excellent. It takes you a moment. You look at the rubble around you. You look at the different things, and sort of as a group, you start piecing together small parts of what you remember and very specific bits, and then eventually you remember there's a treasury. That's where it ends. The treasury, of course, because we have to find the thing that does the right. And you all hone around a little bit and then go, thrones. Of course. And Karis, with Cade and Hutilda's help, Eric in tow, marveling at the area around him, you look to the standing throne. And with a fairly quick and easy inspection, you go, there it is.
Huh.
And you find the switch hidden in the back. It's so simple and so rudimentary. You feel like this really is a starting adventure. What is this? I've done so many more things since now. Why am I here? And as you flick it and step back, you watch as the whole plinth that the Thrones was on shudders back, but some of the rubble on one side kind of turns it to it's like a sort of a 30-degree angle, and it doesn't quite slide away properly, but enough to see a set of stairs leading down. And you all sort of gain your bearings as you slide off on this moving platform. And as you look down into the darkness, you hear what sounds like a creaking, and then silence as you look down into pitch darkness. What would you like to do?
Not it.
Is there any like torches or something, or in there, like in the room, or like even if it's like just the faint embers?
There's a few. There's a few seemingly permanently lit torches and sconces just around the room that are easily enough taken and picked up. It seems to be one of those areas where stuff is takeable.
Okay. Is it possible to pick one of the torches up and just sort of, just to determine if it's safe or where it goes, just to sort of throw it down, just to see, like, just to light a path, just very basically, and then just can sort of at least make a bit of a few steps?
Yeah, absolutely. As you do, and you take up one of the torches and you watch as the torch does a small sort of somersault before, as it sort of hits a couple of steps that seem to spiral downwards and then falls from them and plummets. The base, you can see the torch still. You couldn't judge distance. It looks high, but not so high. But it seems to be a spiral staircase nonetheless.
Okay.
And you feel like if you kept a hand to the wall and walked, you could make your way down fairly safely without too much hassle.
I remember. I knew we had to go down. And she's going to go and get another one, and sort of start heading down. Come on, this must be the way down. It's all coming back to me. Be careful. Coming back to me now.
You touch me like this. As you hear from the darkness.
Yeah. You just go, hold me like that. just echoing back.
Oh, I heard that song.
Endless pleasure.
Exactly. Stick to the walls. Keep your back to the walls. Keep close. Just be careful. And she's just going to sort of, against the wall and holding the extra torch aloft, just sort of start making her way slowly at first, just checking that each step is sound, that there's no breakaway or anything like that.
Okay. With having said that, then with everyone behind, every so often you'll find what you feel like is a trip stair or something meant to unearth, but you'll just and stop yourself, tell people that there's one there. Everyone in file moves safely down this flight of stairs. And as you reach the base and you see the other torch, you are met with a widening tunnel and a warm, glowing, golden light sort of hitting the darkness, but not quite illuminating it. And as you walk forwards towards it, you find yourself, if you would like to go to the map.
The map. Now, feel free to arrange yourself in whatever order you choose to. I've just put you in there for the moment to, I don't mind being at the front.
Yeah.
Warm, glowing, warming glow.
Just like at every other campaign, Jack. Right in the back.
Yeah.
No damage here, baby.
Doesn't sound concerning at all.
And as you walk
Inconceivable.
Improbable.
And as you walk through the carved stone archway into this beautiful corridor lit with large crystals on each corner, you see what seems to be the antithesis of this cave. Huge ancient stalactites and stalagmites woven into what architecture seems to have been wanted to be created. Steam vents and rushing water can be heard around you. And as you walk through and in, mountains of gold stacked high all around you. Chests, scepters, crowns, necklaces, rubies, diamonds, all indiscriminately thrown around this room. You see one large blue chest in the corner, and then right at the back, carved into a beautiful stone sort of buttress archway type deal, you see a huge red chest, 10, maybe 12 feet tall and wide. It is massive. Bright red, huge gold metallic trim all around, and a very ornate looking lock. It stands there menacingly and forebodingly. And you are in this room.
Looks like that's bingo sorted.
Don't touch anything.
I must agree with that.
This could be a ploy. This could be... why would anyone just have mountains of gold lying around for no reason? This is obviously a trap.
Well,
Must be.
yes, I guess. It could be.
Technically speaking.
No.
Technically.
No.
Technically.
That's why I'm having flashbacks now.
Well,
We
you two and
have
your gold.
technically
Yeah.
we have defeated the boss already before.
I would like, having said that, I would like you all to make perception checks for me, please.
Glad I didn't do what I was going to do.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
12.
15.
15.
14. 14, sorry.
No.
14.
Okay, Derek.
23.
12.
2.
You need to sort out these dice. Are you using the ones you used when we were at the fighting the gnolls?
Stop. Not the gnolls.
Not the
I'm
gnoll
switching between every time a dice fails me, I'm trying a new dice. It's happening.
Okay.
They're all disappointing me today.
So, as you say this, Cade, you hear from a very specific point you recognize, but the rest of you just hear... Defeated the boss, did you? I don't think you did. At least not now. The man upstairs isn't very happy with any of you. And he sent me, the keeper, to sort it out. See, I rule this part of the dungeon dimension. And you fucked about, and now you're about to find out, guys. Because I'm hungry. And this is my chamber. Welcome to the boss battle. And as you look to the large red chest at the top of the the cave,
Oh, yes.
you see
Yes.
the chest wriggle unnaturally as the wood that pops open. Teeth shoot out from the lid, for the base and the top of the lid. This huge pink slathering tongue flowing out as you watch the base of the chest mold and twist into these tiny little tentacles that seem to lift it up. As it looks down at you, you feel like it's watching, but you don't know what with. There's no eye to be seen. As its huge tongue lolls from the chest mouth. Right then, shall we do battle? And we're going to take a quick break there before we get into the fight with the keeper of the dungeon dimension. So everyone go find yourself a drink, go find yourself a snack. And when we return, it's time for combat. So see you in, let's say, 10 minutes.
All right. In a bit.
See you in a moment.
Goodbye.